All right, all right. Listen, you already know. Things like this, I don't necessarily hold my tongue, right? I don't hold back. That's really what y'all know me for. And some of you all have to be very thankful that I am not at 100% of my ability to harness my maximum energy on a topic such as this. But I am going to talk about this, and there is going to be a level of tone and a level of energy, tenacity that will not be confused whatsoever. What's up, Galactus? What's up? So, Lewis Hamilton is washed. Lewis Hamilton needs to retire. Lewis Hamilton doesn't belong in the sport of Formula One. Lewis Hamilton isn't really a 7-time world champion. Lewis Hamilton is just another black guy who got an opportunity just because they felt like they needed to fluff up their diversity program. Lewis Hamilton walks around in too many fashion clothes. Lewis Hamilton's wearing piercings. Lewis Hamilton's the N-word. I'll just go ahead and say it. Nigger, right? Lewis Hamilton's a coon. Lewis Hamilton's a black monkey. Guess what? He's heard all of that since he was 6 years old. He's heard all of your toxic, degrading words. He's heard all of the rubbish that you have and slander that you've thrown at him. He's heard all of the diminishing comments and commentary and the comparisons that you've stood up against him. And you want to know what else? He beat you anyway. You're so mad that this man is so great and black because you're so racist and you're so biased about a sport that purely should not be about race, but it should only be about talent and skills. You want him to retire because you're scared. And you know what? I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit different because my other brothers out there that might have content channels, they too busy soft shoeing and pandering. They too busy trying to walk the fine line because they want opportunities and they don't want the door closed in their face. Well, I'm going to let you know right now. Part of the reason why the door is closed in your face is something that you can't do nothing about unless you're going to go to Maybelline and buy a bunch of mascara that ain't your tone. So I'm going to tell it how I like to tell it. I'm going to say it how I want to say it, but I'm going to try to do my best and grammatically to not use certain words in certain ways. I'm not here to offend anybody, but I am here to tell y'all the truth. And when you see things like this, people like Helmet Marko, and as much as this pains me to talk even the way I'm talking, I'm going to say it because it needs to be said. Even if he, Hamilton, has a good Ferrari and we only give Max a mediocre Red Bull, I would put my money on Max. You know what's funny about that quote, Helmet Marko? You didn't do it. You didn't put your money on Max. This is the same guy that said if they were to put Max Verstappen in an AlphaTauri or a Haas, he could put it on pole. Well, guess what? You could have put your money where your mouth was because AlphaTauri is your other Red Bull team. We've seen you switch drivers at any point in time, up and or down. Why didn't you put Max Verstappen in an AlphaTauri and show us that he could put it on pole? Why you didn't run Max Verstappen at a track during testing in an AlphaTauri for a nice hot lap to let us see what those numbers would look like? You want to know why? Because you're talking out your ass. You're talking out of your ass. That is exactly what you're doing. And you want to know something? We saw what happens. We saw what happens when you put Max in a mediocre Red Bull. He doesn't win as many races as he does when he's in the most dominant front running car. We got to see that. Inadvertently, your car started to get outperformed by other teams. You lost Adrian Newey, and he was in a less version of the most dominant car that could be in Formula One history, and this is what Max Verstappen looked like. Had it not been for the front end of his season, he'd not be a world champion for the 4th time. But this is what his season looked like. He didn't put it on pole every time. He didn't win every race. Matter of fact, he lost a lot of races. Sixth place, fifth place, fourth place, sixth place, fifth place, sixth place, fifth place, sixth place. That's what Max Verstappen looked in just a lesser version of a Red Bull where you didn't dial it in quite as perfect. When everything wasn't perfect for Max, that's what he looked like. So, Helmut Marko, you have to excuse me. And people out here that are going to load down my comment section, people out here that are going to get in my comment section and spill their toxic spew, they're going to talk out of their ass, that are going to show you that they are completely and utterly clowns, they're going to say things like this. Mary Beanie says, I told everyone this is Lewis year, Team LH forever. They're going to say things like this. We got clowns talking about Lewis Hamilton's not a 7-time world champion. Well, if you feel like Lewis Hamilton's not a 7-time world champion, you got to feel like Max ain't even barely a 1-time world champion. How do you apply? Somebody in the comment section had the audacity to say Massa should have been the champion. Did you not watch the Singapore race? Did you not watch Ferrari leave a piece of equipment attached to his car? Had to run down to the end of the pit lane to try to get the car right? Did you not watch Massa screw up, go off track, get out of control in that race and screw his own race? What in the hell are y'all talking about? Y'all are full of caca. Dave says Max couldn't beat Lewis in a mediocre car. No, he couldn't. Lewis Hamilton has been in a mediocre, no, not even mediocre. Lewis Hamilton's been in a bad Mercedes for 3 seasons. And still, Max couldn't even clip his records. Lewis Hamilton has had 3 seasons of not winning like he used to. Still, he holds on to the records. But you want to know what else Lewis Hamilton had to say to y'all? This is what Lewis Hamilton had to say. Don't ever compare me to anybody else. I'm the first and the only black driver that has ever been in this sport. I'm built different. I've been through a lot. I've had my own journey. You can't compare me to any other 40-year-old, past or present. And I'm gonna go further than say you can't compare any driver that has ever been in the sport of Formula One to Lewis Hamilton, period. Including your baby crybaby, Mad Max Verstappen. You can't compare him, not for a damn moment, not for a minute, not for a hot second. And that's why y'all get mad when you try to say Max is the best, and then we start adding up stats, and then you know what you cowards want to do? Oh, well, that's not fair now because Max hasn't been in the sport long. Well, then shut the hell up. Then shut the hell up. Then wait till your boy has been in the sport as long as Lewis Hamilton, and then come talk to people that can hold up factual stats and accolades and records and achievements and wins and fastest laps and best laps at certain tracks and everything else. Wait till Max Verstappen has the career longevity of Lewis Hamilton and then come talk to me. But if you're going to tuck tail and put your head in the sand like a damn ostrich when I start bringing up facts and stats to try to then, oh, well, wait a minute, you can't compare that to Max because, no, don't talk to me then. Don't open your mouth. Sit the hell down and shut up. That's what you need to do. Because the records and the accolades and the career doesn't compare. Max Verstappen has never in his entire damn life been through anything like Lewis Hamilton and still had to show up week in and week out and be great at his job while a crowd of people dress in blackface and taunt him and his family. Never in his life. Max Verstappen can't barely hold his damn mind together being next to somebody who's competitive on the other side of the garage. And you think he gonna hold up to that? We seen Max Verstappen break on track over simple things. We seen Max Verstappen cry on track about getting team orders to let your teammate who has supported you and helped you win a championship in a season. We seen you crack. Y'all getting me pissed off right here, right now. And it hurts right now for me to get pissed off. But I'm tired of what I'm seeing, and it's about time Lewis Hamilton say what he said. So let's continue. You can't compare me to another 40-year-old past or present Formula One driver because they are nothing like me. I'm hungry, driven, don't have a wife and kids, and I'm focused on one thing, and that's winning. That is winning. This driver, who has had world champions as his teammate and outperformed. Your driver, Max Verstappen, Hadn't even barely had a driver better than Valtteri Bottas. And y'all up here raving and ranting. I like this. I like this, Lewis Hamilton. I like this here out of Time magazine. You want to know why I like this? You want to know why I like what he's saying right here? Because this is the mentality and the attitude that he needs to have. The only thing was he had a poor car for 3 seasons, a team who didn't want to listen, a team who waited too late to turn things around, and Toto Wolff, who essentially kind of came off as a damn snake. When somebody talks like this, they hungry. When somebody talks like this, mentally it ain't over. Y'all been attacking Lewis Hamilton mentally for over 3 seasons while he been down in a bad car. And you thought that was the best time to kick a man while he was down? Give me a moment. Just give me a moment. You know, y'all are just outright sad. You sad. And let me tell you why you're sad. You're sad because somebody like me looks at you and says, you ain't shit. You want to know why I say that? I say that because somebody like you doesn't want a competitor on the track. Somebody like you don't really want to compete against the best. You are the type of person who would show up to a competition and hope that majority people wouldn't show up because it's raining. Then you would hope that even some of the people that are most dedicated might have a situation where they don't show up just so you might have a chance for your sorry ass to win something. That's the type of person that you are in my comment sections. That's the type of person that you are. See, my other people, my other brothers that have other YouTube channels, they're not going to talk to you like this. 1, because they probably can't. 2, because they probably too busy trying to soft shoe and pander like I said. But I'm going to talk to you like this. And I'll talk to you like this in person too. You ever see me and you want to debate Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, or you got something, or you got a problem with what I'm saying right here, catch me in public. I've been to races. I done had the camera and the microphone at race events. I walk around, no security. I walk around out there chilling, just enjoying my life. And I know some of y'all see me because I be wearing my colors loud and proud. You see the Wolfpack hat. You see the Wolfpack shirt. Some of y'all see me and just look and kept walking because you cowards. You're a coward. In the comment section, oh, you big and bad. In person, you like a church mouse pissing on cotton. Mary Beanie says Lewis won a race with a broken arm and GP2 to GOAT. That's what I'm saying. Bro be pushing it to the max. See, but y'all mad about that. And let me tell you what else y'all scared about. Y'all would hope Lewis Hamilton, and I'm going to tell you, I got some legitimate concerns. I'm going to share some legitimate concerns that I do have about Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari. I'm going to keep it all the way a buck. I'm going to keep it 100 when I'm talking. When I talk my stuff, I'm going to talk my stuff, and I'm going to keep it a buck. But there's not been anybody else to overcome this amount of challenging obstacles within a career and still perform at a level so elite that he is the best in Formula One history. There's not been a person that has done this. Not a person. And many people here appreciate Lewis Hamilton not because the shade of his skin, not because he's black. They appreciate Lewis Hamilton because he doesn't care about your color. He cares about your character. I don't care about your color. I care about your character. I don't care about politics. I care about people. Lewis Hamilton is out here while facing all of that hate, all of that scrutiny, all of that unfair criticism, all of that, you know what, let me use your name so I can get my name mentioned alongside your name. And he still treats people with respect. Colin, the mechanic Red Bull, the black guy with the dreads. Lewis Hamilton approached you to go to the Commission 44, not Mercedes, not a team. He approached you to go talk to kids that might be in less positions to have the opportunity that you have to inspire, to educate, and to uplift them. What did you do? I'd like to know what you did. I read that whole article and I didn't never see if you accepted or you declined. And I don't know if you was treading the line because Red Bull might have something to say, but I would hope that you accepted that invitation from Lewis Hamilton to do something not for a team, not against your team, but for the future of kids that might be inspired to go into Formula One, whether it be engineering, mechanics, team principal, CEOs, drivers, anything. I would hope that you took that opportunity and did that. Because when I read that whole article, it sounded like you didn't want to say that you turned it down because you didn't have the balls to damn stand up for what might come with that, or you didn't want to really say you did, because I really didn't get a definitive, yes, I accepted and I went and talked to these kids, or I didn't. It really kind of was convoluted. It kind of was Helmut Marko and Alonso-ish. It was like you just kept mentioning the Mission 44 and how glad you were to have the accept, but I don't know. I hope you did, though. I hope you did. So with that being said, yeah, there's a lot of things that people need to look at. People need to understand about Lewis. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm the type of person, after going through what he went through, I'd be a little bit more jaded and stern. I'd be a little bit more, you might consider me a bit more asshole-ish going through that, because I'm going to say some things that you're not going to like. I'm going to do some things on track that you're going to feel like are pretty harsh. I'm going to do that. Because that's my mentality. That's my personality. I'm going to get my lick back. Lewis Hamilton has often turned the other cheek in more times than I think he should have, but that's me, and that's also why he is where he is. That is just a fact. Now, I'm going to keep it a buck when I say this, and I just think looking at this one more time is very powerful to see what Lewis Hamilton said here. And he's absolutely right. And Alonso, this goes for you too. This goes for everybody on the grid. None of you all can compare. Your careers don't even make a match or make a sense to it. Not one damn bit. Not one bit. I'm just telling it like it is. So, do I have concerns about Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari? Yeah, I got some concerns about it. Mechanic Mercedes says, peace to the fam. He looked good today. They did look good today. I do have some concerns, as well as maybe some of you should, right? Not anywhere near like Mercedes concerns, but I do got some. They've changed 90%, 90+% of this car. Okay, that means Ferrari to a degree have brought a new car essentially to a race. Not 90% is a lot. They've changed their push. They've went to a push rod from a pull rod, I believe now, right? Well, have they gone from, I think they went from push rod to pull rod, which changes up the dynamic of the suspension, allows the car to get lower. Matter of fact, I can see it right here. Let's just go ahead and bring this up real quick. But yeah, I think they went from push rod to pull rod. Either way, they changed the rod system, which changes the dynamics of the front end. It's not as easy to get to the change, but allows them to manipulate and adjust the front end of the car a lot more than before. And I'm going to bring this picture up to see if I can see it. But either way it goes, 90% plus of the car has been changed. And when you do something like that, yeah, it is concerning to me, because I have to wonder, will they come out with at least a majority grasp of this concept? And I think, honestly, they went from push rod to pull rod, because I think before the rod used to be higher up on the nose, and now they went up to lower on the chassis. So that's pull rod. So that's what they've changed. That's what they've changed, the configuration. So that's different. But I just have to wonder if they will understand a good bit of this car through the next one day of testing, and then we're in Australia for the first round. I give every team at least, I'm kind of like Galactus. I'm going to give you like 3 opportunities to kind of show me that you kind of understand. Galactus is very firm on 3 opportunities. Like, you're going to get 3 chances with him, and then you out. You're going to get 3 opportunities with him, and once you keep proving yourself, you out. Okay, that's just how he is. And I'm kind of the same way when it comes to like teams. Show me kind of what you're going to do. Usually about 5 rounds, you kind of see what it's going to shape up like. And then there's going to be some time where you're going to have an opportunity for teams to change. They're going to adapt. They're going to update. We're going to see how many of those updates are upgrades, how many of those updates won't really give them anything. It's diminishing returns and so on. But when you change 90% plus of your car, yes, I am concerned about that. The other thing that I was concerned about, and I shared this in Wolves Den, me and Maria Duncan were talking about this. And she brought about even a more fine-tuned point than I had when I had launched my initial point, and she fine-tuned it. But yeah, I was concerned about Lewis, and I still am concerned about Lewis. But seeing what he said in Time Magazine lessens my concern about Lewis's mind state, because there was a time where Lewis said something where it legitimately did come off as he questioned himself. He questioned his ability in Formula One because he said, I'm slow. Mechanic Mercedes says they had reached their performance limit on the SF24. And I do believe that. I do believe that. I honestly do. And I'm not saying that them changing is a bad thing. I'm just saying that if they do change, I'm hoping that they understand it. But I believe I'm with you. I'm with you, OG Zilla, for sure. And that's one of the things that I had talked about 2 seasons ago with Red Bull. I said there's going to come a time where they're going to reach their potential within this configuration, and you're going to see other teams start catching up. And what did you see last season? What I said came true. McLaren caught up. Mercedes even lightweight start creeping. Ferrari, what are they doing this season where it's going to change? Because Ferrari's decided that they got to come out of that cocoon and blossom into a butterfly for this SF25. All I hope is that they understand the concept and that they can build progressively off of this concept, right? That's what I'm hoping for them. But as I was saying to Lewis, hold on, y'all, I got to give me a second. All right. So what I was saying is, in Lewis Hamilton's mind state, he's been attacked mentally throughout these seasons because Mercedes has let both of their drivers down. They let both of them down by a bum car. And people mounted on it. For a moment, Lewis even questioned himself because he said he was slow. And I could tell for a moment mentally, because I'm usually good about reading body language and then syntax, like what you say, and then kind of taking from what you say and how you carry yourself where you might actually be. And I felt like Lewis kind of hit a slump. He hit a moment where he kind of questioned himself, like, am I good enough? Like, do I still have it? But what's funny about that is Lewis's level of expectation for himself is so damn high. Even his negative is still more than the maximum positive of most drivers on track. But still, it can impact a person to the point where they just might not perform. They might not be as invested. They might not be as passionate. They might not be as hungry to do so. Well, I'm very glad to see this verbiage of Lewis Hamilton. I'm very glad to see don't ever. Because when you say don't ever, I'm putting an exclamation point on that. I'm checking you. Don't you ever talk to me like that. Don't you ever approach me like that. When you see you can't compare anybody to me, that's Lewis Hamilton say, I know there's nobody active in Formula One or has ever been in Formula One that has ever done what I've done. That's taking pride in himself. That's taking motivation in himself. That's taking sincerity in himself. That's taking passion in himself. That's taking the bull by the horns, no pun intended, and he's ready to ride. He's ready to ride. So we will see. But what have I also told you? There's a shelf life on everybody, right? But the difference between great, iconic athletes like Lewis Hamilton is when their shelf life comes, they're still better than majority of anybody out there that's reached their full potential. Tom Brady, Tiger Woods, Beckham, Arthur Ashe, Serena Williams, Dominique Dawes, Shakira Richardson. What we talking about right now? Simone Biles. What are we talking about right now? Like these people, LeBron James, Wayne Gretzky. These people perform at such a level that's so great. Their diminishing is not the same. Their plateaus are still higher than everybody else's ceiling. So you got to check yourself before you call for somebody like Lewis Hamilton that has done as much for the sport, done as much in the sport, and has done as much for community outreach work, donations, volunteering, building an entire organization that is dedicated to trying to assist STEM's program for young kids. You got to check yourself when you start talking about you need somebody like him to lead the sport. Because if I don't hear you talking about that about Alonso, if I don't hear you saying that about Nico, if I don't hear you saying that about Kevin Magnussen, if I don't hear you saying that about Valtteri Bottas, if I don't hear you saying that about several other drivers, I mean, Antonio Giovinazzi, hell, what he still doing trying to come back? We've been known but for some reason, y'all want to pinpoint this man. And you know what? For no other reason than clearly a reason that can be seen visually. For most of you. For some of you others, just you scared that whoever you support ain't going to get an opportunity because he's that great. That's what it is. It's just what it is. Mechanic Mercedes says Lewis is pretty much saying we're all athletes, but we're not the same, different levels, and sit on top. And I sit on top. Yep, facts. Facts. He's the king. He's the king. I completely agree, Mechanic Mercedes. He is the king. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I can't wait because I'm not going to read it. But we're going to wait and see all the clowns that's going to be in the comment section. It's going to be so many clowns in the comment section. So many delusional ass people in the comment section. It's going to be comedy. I usually don't see it. Every now and then I pick one clown to respond to just because I literally be laughing. I literally laugh. I laugh at y'all. Laugh at y'all. Because how many times, family, have we invited these clowns to come live and voice their perspective? And we only had a couple of them. And some of them can't even help but still talk about me on anything else that they done. But come live, try to talk about and debate with Kenny Bugs, try to debate with Baraka, try to debate with Lord Chaos, try to debate with Mechanic Mercedes, try to debate with Maria, Mary, try to debate with people that you literally will come on screen and talk that talk. They don't show up for that. They ain't showing up for that mean. You want to know why? Because they know when they look in the mirror, they see a clown. They don't want to get here on camera, know that we going to have this video posted and everybody going to be able to rewatch it, and you get to rewatch yourself look like a dumbass. That's why you don't show up. That's why usually you show up in the audience, in the backstage, and you just stay in my comment section because you don't have the balls to get on camera and let's have this debate. Y'all the same. And all the noise you've been making, there's your response. I'm built different, says Lewis Hamilton. And that is an undisputed fact. He built different. OG Zilla says, I need to start baking all the crow pie. Bro, let's bake it up. Bake it up, wrap it, put it in the refrigerator because they're going to be eating a lot of it. We are going to be heading out this season, going to be busy. I'm telling you, bake it up. I'm always a component that anything can happen, and this is team. This is a very informational, technical-driven sport, and you can't put 100% on it, but things are looking good. Now, tomorrow is going to tell us more than what we saw today, all right? And I'm going to tell y'all, Mary Beanie going to be in the live chat looking in the comment section, looking at y'all. I got a lot of family members that be in the comment section. They're going to be checking y'all. I be more worried about my fan for the Discord when we had these talks, but come on down. F1 Minute going to be coming on again, the season coming up. Come on in. Come on camera. Visually, if you don't want to put your camera on, come on in with your mic because I know you're scared. I know you're scared because, you know, much like the KKK always wearing a hood with the white sheet because they want to go out and do things like they so honorary about it, but they hiding like some cowards. That's pretty much you. That's pretty much you. It's okay. It's got to be people like that in the world. So people like Lewis and people in my family, people like me, there's a difference. It's got to rain so you can enjoy the sunshine. You got to go through bad times so you can enjoy the good times. You got to have challenges so you can enjoy your achievements. There's always a yin and a yang. This is how it is. But we'll see how tomorrow goes. And I absolutely not even so much about Lewis Hamilton because everybody thinks it's all about Lewis with me because I'm black. Nah, I'm waiting to see what Piastri's going to do. I'm waiting to see what Piastri's going to do. I want to know how Carlos is going to do at Williams. Williams is, Williams is really the team I really support more than really like Williams. I'm really waiting for them to be on the bounce back. Honestly, I want to see these rookies and how they going to develop and how things are going to come out of them. I want to know if Lando going to grow some balls and stand up to Max. I want to know if all this talk about Max being so great, if when he's actually in subpar machinery, we already seen it wasn't so great. I want to see Yuki prove to everybody that he has been shafted by the team that he's done a lot for. I want to see that. There's so much more I watch in Formula One. Y'all just assume, well, you're black. You must only like Lewis Hamilton. You must only follow the team. Man, get out of here, man. Y'all whack as hell. Y'all whack. I'll tell you one thing I'm not looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to seeing Danny Rick come back to Formula One. I can tell you that. I just am not looking forward to that. But hey, listen, I'm literally in pain after this. I'm finna chill. I'm going to relax, take some meds, and I will see you all tomorrow for day 3 of testing. I cannot tell you whether it'll be the first session or the second session because I never know what my days are going to look like right now. I'm still in a position where my days are undetermined, right? So whenever I can get on, I'm going to get on, all right? Love you all much. Mary Beanie, I'm 30. 30 months. Remember, damn, Mary Beanie, that's what I'm talking about. 30 months, y'all. Think about that. 30. Balling, Mary Beanie. But with that being said, I think we should leave with seeing this. And guess what? Wolfpack out. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace and love.